But in case of land, land is created only once. In four walls product, always there is a new creation of supply. But land supply is created only in once. It is created in the era of 17 or 1800. When Britishers explore all over the world, they went to all over the world. They have expeditions. They travel all over the world. They invented America, Australia, India, everywhere they went. Then they settled there and they started doing a survey of the land. In our continent, Britishers did a survey in 1890 or 19 till 1920. Till 1920, there was no land record. They created a land record. And that land record is the only time where the supply has been fixed. And that supply is going to deteriorate by day. One good example is there. Godrej bought 3,000 square foot, 3,000 acre land in Bombay from Britishers. And it's, I think, it's 110 years or 150 years back. So from them, day by day, people are buying land, and out of 100% bought land per year, 30 or 20% supply is going on hold for generation. Now, Godrej is holding their land, bank from, I think, third or fourth generation is there, which is holding their land. Same with Piramal is there, Tatas are there, all the big, people or big industrialized has a major, their stake is into land. Take a good example like Reliance. Reliance bought a no-seal at a very cheap rate, like a scrap, and they made a gold mine from that land in Thane Belapur Road. People are buying shares of Reliance, and Reliance is buying a land. Reliance bought 100 acres, 800 acres land in 𝐾𝐽𝐻. In 2016 to 2019, they completed their task. People are buying the shares of Adani, and Adani bought 1,200 acres land in Navi Mumbai, near to Navi Mumbai. So, all the major players in the market are buying land and keeping them for their generations. That's why land is the best option for investment. There is some hello. There is some disturbance. Hello, sir. Please.
Bola.
So, land is from generation, land is the best option for investment. The basic factor, what I am, my major thrust of why land is a good investment, because supply is going down per day. Because people who bought the land, out of 100 people who bought the land, 20 people hold that land for their generation. And that is this is the safest investment. It has a high potential of appreciation because supply is going down and down as compared to four wall. In four wall, what happened? If your building is 20 or 23 years old, it will go for redevelopment, and again new supply will come. On all the periphery of major cities, Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, Noida, ample supply of four wall is there. Only appreciation is there in four wall where population density is high. Means in Dadar, population density is too high, supply is low. But you cannot buy that type of property or that type of flat in Dadar or in Borivali. some part of Thane. And nowadays, 4-wall is only for an end user. If you add the transfer charges 6%, 7% plus GST and 1 year interest, so you have to get a 20% appreciation in first year. If you bought a 1 CR land or 1 CR flat, after 1 year, your landing cost will be 1.2 CR. Then after second year, your landing cost will be 1.3 CR. And that appreciation, whatever the appreciation you are getting, will not beat that cost what your landing cost. So that's why in land, always there is a scope for appreciation. If you enter into a good deal, clear title at a reasonable rate, you will get a good appreciation. There are two types of land. One is residential, one is agriculture land, second is NL. All the lands title created was agriculture land. Then there are two types. When the Britishers did the survey, they identified the village areas that they call it the Gauthan areas. In that Gauthan area, they didn't survey any land. Out of that land, after the Gauthan land, all lands are agriculture lands. Then there are NA lands. In NA lands, there are few types of NA land. One is residential land, residential NA, commercial NA, then your industrial NA. Then you can convert that NA, that agriculture land into resort NA, education institute NA, hotel NA, and various types of NA options are available as per the zoning and the proximity of that land near to the city. So there are two types. One is agriculture land and one is NA land. You will see a NA lands, residential NA lands advertisement from in the area which is periphery of Bombay. That is Vasai, Virar, Dahanu, then Wada, Palghar, Manor, Shahapur, Murbad, Karjat, Khopoli, Pali, and Alibag. In these areas, there are few schemes are there which offer you a residential NA. But in this residential NA plot, my experience from last 15 years is that people enter into that deal or they bought this NA land in 2009 or 10 or 11, where builder or developers promise them the high appreciation considering the upcoming development, upcoming roads, and they gave them the over projected statistics that land this NA here, so many projects are coming and so and so. But those who invested in such type of schemes are now facing a problem of getting an exit from that type of residential NA land project. Major drawback in that residential NA land project is that if there is a 200 plots in that NA schemes, out of 200 plots, only 20 or 30 bungalows are live. Bungalows has been built by their owners. Rest plots are vacant. Ample grass is grown up in that land. And all these lands are situated away from city center. That is from 15 or 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers from Murbad, 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers from Karjat. And in that area, practically in the evening time, you won't see a light on a road. There are electrical supplies there. But in cities, you are used with the light throughout a day. 24 hours you can see a light. Daytime there is a sunlight. And evening time there is a municipal light. So you can see a light in 24 hours. But in this area, after evening, 7 o'clock, always there is a darkness. So family got into a fear. And out of two, if you can see, there is a 200 flats in the building and only 20 flats are occupied. So what will be the condition of that building? Same thing happened with that project. And that 20 bungalows, they also try to avoid going there. And that project is a dead project as per my opinion. And to sell that plot in that project is very difficult. And the people enter into that project through a large advertisement or large advertising window, which is created by developer by pumping a lakh of rupees. And if you want to exit from that type of plot, you have to create such a big window, which is not possible for a single plot or two plots or three plots. And still I am having, we are getting phones from so many buyers. They bought in Murba, they bought in 𝐾𝐻𝐳, they bought in Shahpur, and they are not getting an exit. People bought it in 2009 or 10, considering that after 10 or 10 years or 12 years, 13 years, they will get an exit and they will use that amount for their son's education, daughter's wedding, or for their medical expenses, but they are not able to get an exit. So investing in any residential NA plots project, be careful. You have to you must have a, assurance from the developer that that project is going to be a live project for next 10-15 years. Its maintenance, its caretaking, everything should be proper. There are very few projects in this vicinity, in periphery of Bombay, are live and people are getting exit from that project. Same thing happened because we are a multinational, organizer, consultancy, real estate consultancy organization, that is Coldwell Banker. We are having our, partners in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad. Same thing happened in there. So we asked buyer, while investing in residential NA plots, be careful about the developer, because a developer also, we have some example where developer can sell only 70-80% plots out of that project. 10, 20, 30% plot are still he is not able to sell because he cannot keep that type of advertising expenses throughout his sale process. Initially he gets 20-30%, then it goes down, and it stops. So he is also stuck. So please be aware for residential. Then for other type of, that is industrial NA and the commercial NA, that ticket size is too high and that is not for retail investor. And for retail investor, only agricultural land, where you can buy a 1 acre, 20 guntas, 2 acres land and keep it for a longer period. Keep in mind, this is a real estate. It's a heavy product. You have to keep it for 5 or 6 or 10 years. And while entering into a project, any land deal, ensure that you must, have a confidence about the exit. Then you enter into. And all these things, you must need a good consultant or good advisor in that area. You can buy from, and also, major point, you buy a land where you are having your known people, your roots are there. If someone is from Nashik, his native place is Nashik, he should buy a land in Nashik because property is a maintainable. It's like marriage. You have to go there. You have to see that property. You have to be there within 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or someone is there. Someone has to be there near your property who can have an eye on that property. So if someone is there from Satara, Pune, or someone is there from other part of Maharashtra, where there is you are having your roots or known people who can guide and who can help you in maintaining that property. That is the major point. See, I am from 𝐾𝐻𝐳, so I do all my land dealing. I personally buy and sell land only in 𝐾𝐻𝐳. because I have a known person, I have a roots, so they can help me and they can give me a right information. So I only do land buying and selling in Karjan. Then again, these are the few points while deciding whether to go for agriculture land or not and where to go to buy. Then what are the points you have to check while investing in agriculture land? First, if it is an investment, for investment, as per my opinion, only three options are there. One is entry, exit, and appreciation. If you are an investor, appreciation is at the time of buying, not at the time of selling. If you bought a land which is having a market value of 100 rupees and you bought it at 70 rupees, you are having a 50 rupees appreciation at the time of buying. And as the market grows, as the development happens in that area, 100 rupees will fetch you 150 rupees, 160 rupees, 180 rupees, but that is not your in hand. So please check the pricing level of whatever you're buying in that area through your known source and through your consultant or advisor or trusted person in that area. Also check the previous 1 year or 2 years transactions related with that type of lands. So entry level is important. Then again, you have to check some papers. It is common in Maharashtra. It is a rule that you have to be a farmer to buy a agricultural. But that issue can be solved. That we'll discuss one-to-one. So you can buy agricultural land. We did such type of transaction. Highest transaction we did about 4.5 CR. The client was not a farmer. We had a solution and he bought the land and he sold at a very good price within 3 years. I think 8.2 or 8.5 CR he sold. So farmer is here. You must have a farmer status, but for that there are solutions which we can discuss. Then legal. Sadbara is a major land title paper. It's a face of a land, but it's not a final legal paper of a land. There are some, you can say fairfar are there, that it's called 6 number mutations. These are the mutation entry is a heart of a land. It's a heart of title of a land, where all the transactions from last 50, 60, 100 years are documented, and that papers are most important. There are example in some lands, only one person name is there. But there was a practice in agriculture land record transfer. If any person having 4 sons and he died, so previously what happened, government authority only transfer that land to one brother. And people think that this land is only belongs to him, but that is not the real fact. Who are the heirs? Their name is there or not there. They are the legal heirs. If you bought it, if you buy that land from that one person, other 3-4 persons can file a suit against you, and you have to pay them. You have to pay because they are the legal heirs. So Sadbara is a phase. The mutation entries are most important, document that you have to check. Then again, check whether it is a Adivasi land or it's a non-tribal land. Then there are some lands given by government only for cultivation. It's called Inami land. In that case, if you want to buy that land, you have to take a collector's permission and you have to pay some, 50% of government value to government. And this is a long process for that. In that case, that all the cost incur for transfer should be added into your landing cost. So these are type of agriculture lands. Then major thing, you check the map. Now through Google, you can get a slight idea of that boundaries about the land, because you must see the land map. Land map is major, also a factor in land buying. We have experience. People shows us good land, and after doing some paperwork and survey, we find that land he shows is not the land we are buying. That and the land we are buying is inside, which don't have a road. Then we have to do some, again cross check, and there are so many, stress in that buying process. So map, checking the map, exact location. Only that map, you don't take only that land's map. You take a surrounding land with that land, or what are the other lands are there. Check with the boundaries, check with other people, uh, contact a good advisor, consultant, then local people, and confirm whether you're buying a land is holding a seller only. That seller is having that land. So this type of things has to taken into consideration buying land. Yesterday, one guy visited my office. He showed me so many notarized agreement. After going through the papers, it is understood that he bought a Adivasi land, tribal land. You cannot buy you can buy Adivasi land, but you have to take a proper permission from government, and that permission is signed by revenue minister. And it's a long process. It takes around 2 to 3 years, and there is a major, Tahsildar, then district collector, then commissioner, means regional commissioner. The commissioner is having 4 to 5 collectors in under him, then commissioner, then secretary, then ministers. This is a big process in converting Adivasi land, non-tribal tribal land into a non-tribal. So, and that's why it's very risky. So for retail investor, you have to go non-tribal land, clear title, and with reasonable price. See, our subject is introduction to land investment. See, basically land has a limited supply, so it has potential of appreciation other than for all. And second word is investment. Again, I am saying for investment, there are only three things are there: entry, exit, and appreciation. Whenever you are buying a land or any property for investment, you must have a confidence of exit. There should be you must plan an exit window. And if you are not able to plan, and if you are not able to foresee the exit window, don't enter. Otherwise, you will stuck into that deal, and you will land into a problem. Then see the development happening. Major appreciation happens due to the upcoming development in that areas. Basically, as per my knowledge, Bombay periphery is having a high potential appreciation, because the spending pattern of Mumbai people is much higher than other metro cities. Only Delhi and Noida people having that type of spending pattern, but their spending pattern is not market friendly. But in Bombay, people spending pattern is high, so which helps market to grow. And the areas near Bombay, Navi Mumbai is totally blocked. The retail investor will not get any land in Navi Mumbai, and whatever the land is all disputed. It has to be a high courage and strength to handle that type of deal. Then Vasai Veera is also packed. Then direct Dahanu. Dahanu, I think people are buying Dahanu land from 1975. Basically, some, Parsi, Gujaratis, that type of people, they are very much, visionary. They bought Dahanu and other. Then come Manor, then Wada, Shahpur, Murbad, Karjat, Pali, and Alibag. Alibag is very high price, and now it's a end user market for HNI clients. Then come Pali is a good option where land prices are reasonable. Karjat is best because a lot of people, I already told you, Mukesh Ambani bought 800 acres land in Karjat from last 5 to 6 years. Major developers, Hiranandani holding 200 acres land. Then Kalpaturu is coming up. Lodha, they are not disclosing, but through some sources, very, good builders. Even Godrej is eyeing, they are trying to buy land in Karjat. Karjat Panvel, local train is going to start because the laying of second line work is going very fast. Then one major highway has been, constructed. That highway is linking two highway, Bombay Agra Highway and Bombay Pune Highway, a link road that is NH 548A has been completed. So 4 lane concrete highway is going through Karjat that is connecting Shahpur to Khopoli and Shahpur to JNPT. So JNPT traffic which is going through Thane will be diverted to this route, and it will go to Samruddhi, and then Alibag Virar corridor is coming up. There are a lot of projects are coming, and it's Karjat's proximity to Bombay is 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and a lot of resorts are there. Good institutes are education institutes are coming up. So that type of development, gives a boost for a price appreciation. So and also in Murbad, the prices are good, but again the point is that water's availability of water in Shahpur and Manorwada. Manorwada is very tribal. And
Saib, we have 3 questions. So can we take these questions? You can refer to the chat box.
yeah, it is better you can ask directly questions.
So actually, first question is from Chirag. Which location in land is ideal for investment? Is there any government tax benefit in buying land?
Actually, as per my opinion, Karjat is the best option. You can go Saturday, Sunday, go to Karjat, you will face a traffic jam. A lot of people are coming there. Around there are ample resort are there. If 4,000, around 5,000 to 5,000 people visit Saturday, Sunday, out of 4,000, 5,000, 400 and 500 people think of buying, and out of that, 40 or 50 people become a buyer. So every week, buyer numbers are going up and supply is going down. And benefit, if you show some agriculture production in that agriculture land, you will have a tax benefit. Next question. Which type of, this is a Kalpit Sankhe is asking which type of land is good for investment, agriculture or non-agriculture. As I told you, agriculture land is good for investment because any property which is done any by developer, so he add 10 to 15 years appreciation in your costing. So whatever the appreciation he gets from your price, so how you will get? So better buy agriculture land. It gives a good appreciation always, and I have experience.
Acha, one more question from Swapnil. Are search report enough before buying any land? What are the other ways to get proper history of land?
See, search report is sufficient, but the only problem is that we gone through so many search reports. Only thing is, if you're if you choose a right doctor, then you will get a right medicine. I'm not blaming any advocate, but I saw a search of a land which is having a Adivasi code, and which was removed illegally by the government officers, and the title is search report is given as a clear title. So I'm always saying you have to have a good consultant, good advisor. So a search report is sufficient, but who prepared that search report is most important. We have seen so many search reports, and I cannot name anyone, but we saw, because I am in this field last 32 years, and in initial 10-15 years, I bought a very critical or litigation line. So I have a not full perfect knowledge, but I have a knowledge of all these legal things.